everyone. So this is about depotting your jumbo stick, and this is more of a precaution video than really showing you how to do it. I am going to tell you how I did it, so you will be informed, but I've watched a lot of these videos, and one thing I've noticed is they don't tell you when they've made a mistake. People that do this either get to work one time, or they mess up, and come up with the perfect system and show you the perfect system, but they don't show you when they mess up. So you don't know what to expect. And I watched a video, if I can remember who I watched it from, I'll link it down below. But basically, all you needed was a little jar. This one has stuff in it already, but all you need is a little jar. She said she had a double wall plastic jar. So it's probably thicker plastic, and you just need, I forget what this is called, a wrench, whatever. You need something to clamp and grab, and you're going to need a microwavable cup and something to hold the cup with. This one's still hot. And the precautions I want to tell you about, she did mention one of them, but she didn't mention another one. I tried doing this with these little things I got from Walmart, and this one is in iced mocha. And this is my pencil after. And basically what she suggested you do, and she kind of did it with you, but had one already prepared, so she already had a system down. But what you're going to do, and I'm not going to show you, but like say this pencil. You take this, pretend this is the lid to the other pot, but just pretend this is your pot. You take this, you smash it down in there so that the tip is gone, and it makes a flat surface, which I did for this one. I smashed it down in there. Then you take, this comes off too, but because I'm actually want to keep this one in the stick for now, I'm keeping this on to protect it. But if I had already smashed the tip, this would stay off. I already have my mocha one off. Next, what you're going to do, and sometimes they're easy, sometimes they're not. If you look, you see that little line, there's a cap here. You're going to pull that cap off, and as you can see, I twisted and pulled a little bit. This one was a little bit more stubborn, so it took off some of the paint on the cap. But you're actually going to pull it off so the bottom looks like that. Yeah, so you have that under the cap that you're going to pull off, so in the end it looks like this. Then you lay it flat down in your your pot you just smashed, and then you put it in your microwavable cup. You put the pot in first. I'm sorry, I'm messing this up horribly. After you have all this separated, and at this state, take your pot, put it inside. Take your stick, set it on top of that inside. The cup will allow this to stand up, the stick to stand up, so all the product can filter down into the pot. And then, depending on your microwave, it can be between 2 and 4 minutes. And then you get this. The things I want to warn you about, the reason why I'm making this video. This cup is now, just about now, I'm able to actually grab and hold this cup. It's still really warm in some parts. So this cup does get very, very hot. You need something to grab it. Along with the pot. The pot will stay hot for a decent amount of time. I put this in probably about 5 to 10 minutes ago, and it's just being able to be touched now. The other thing I want to warn you is this pot here is not the pot I put inside the cup. So you're wondering, how did I get that product in there if I didn't have this one inside the cup like I just told you guys to do? Well, these are little bead containers that you get in a giant bunch at Walmart. You get a whole pack of them. I depotted my LA Color glitter pigments. I depotted those in these, so these probably should look familiar to you. Okay? And these are big enough. But the thing is, they're a nice, thin, cheap plastic. So I don't know if her double wall thicker plastic containers are better for this, or if there is a proper cooling time that you should allow for this to cool. But the things I was concerned about is mine got so hot I was worried about it sticking to this cup, which does not belong to me. So if it's a cheaper plastic, it might try to fuse to your cup. Also, if it's too hot, you can't pick it up and grab it. So you might have to wait a while for it to cool down, but you still need to find a way to pull this out, otherwise it's going to cool down with this in it and it's going to have a giant stuck mark in it. So you really want to try to pull this out ahead of time, which I just used my cloth, grabbed one side. I'll show you. When you're doing this, when you're pulling it out, have one side here. Well, this is going to be hard to do. When you're grabbing it out, take one side. I just use a cloth, but one side to grab it. Then take the cloth with your fingers, pull it out. That way you're holding this side. Now I'm holding it up in the air, so I'm holding it like this. But if you have an oven mitt, you can just reach down and grab it. But if you don't and you have a cloth, that's how I did it. But because I used a cheaper plastic, mine melted. So I recommend, instead of using plastic, if you feel comfortable using the double wall plastic little containers that she had from like beauty supplies or beautysupply.com, I think. If you want to use hers and try hers out, you can. But I recommend trying to see if you can find little glass pots, because glass is made to be hot and heat up, so you won't run the risk of melting your pot, because it's supposed to come out like this, but when I did it, mine came out like this. Actually, it came out like this, and then when I went to pick it up with my pliers, because it was so hot, it bent, and I was afraid it was going to stick to the bottom because I couldn't move it. So this, I think, almost stuck to the bottom. And also, since I poured what was in here into this pot, there's a lot of product left inside, not like a horrendous amount, like the most of it that's in here is there. But my pot got deformed, it got too hot, it was not a good plastic. So be careful what plastic pots you put in there. I would recommend, if you can find a small pot about this size, I think it was like 5 grams, you can do like a couple 5 gram, like 2 5-gram containers, or you can do 10 gram, which I believe that's what this is, container. You need a little glass one. I think it'd be a way better choice. You'd still have to use something like your pliers to pull it out though, because you wouldn't be able to just pull it out with your hands. It's going to be way too hot. And I don't know what the cooling time of glass is. That's something you have to look up, but that's what happened to mine. The good thing is, if like me, I do like taking these and like having that pencil so I can just make a line there or do it all over and then pat it. But if I'm going to just pat it in anyways, I can just use my finger and then pat it in. Or if I want to make a thin line with this color, I can't do that. So that's kind of why I wanted to convert them to this. Now I have 2 milk pencils. I'm going to leave one as a pencil and one as a pot, and then that way I'll be able to tell the difference. I'm going to wait to do the pots though until I can get little glass pots. I'm going to wait to depot the rest until I get little glass ones so I can do this properly and not have to worry about it fusing with anything or melting. But this is a better way to do it. I saw someone use a hairdryer once to heat theirs, but it took a long time and made a mess. So I don't want to do that. So basically, in the sum of things, basically, to depot this, smush it inside, put the pot in the cup, pull this out, take your cap off, then with your pliers, pull this part off, put this in the pot inside your cup, and put it in the microwave 2 to 4 minutes. Make sure you have a glass pot or really heavy plastic that can take the heat, or it'll melt. So that's precaution 1. Precaution 2, make sure you have a thicker cloth or an oven mitt to grab this, because this is going to be really hot and it's still warm now and it's going to stay warm for a really long time. I couldn't grab it for like 10 minutes. So you're going to it's going to take a long time to do as many as you have, if you have like 15 of them, because you're going to have to let this cool down each time. It's just better for the cup, and for the product inside so that you're able to pull that product out. And so just be careful how hot it is. You can burn yourself. If you're younger than 18, I would get parental permission to do this. And like I said, I highly recommend a glass pot. So other than that, it's a really cool thing because when it solidifies, I'll show you with this one, with this stuff again, since it's solid. It may not be smooth, but it's solid and it comes off just like the solid form. You know, you can just rub it on your skin as a base and you're good to go. So, that's that. That's all I wanted to tell you and just forewarn you about using a bad pot, because gurus don't show you the mistakes like this that they make enough on YouTube, so that if someone does make it or doesn't know that can happen, they might hurt themselves. And considering this is dealing with really hot liquids, if this gets on you right away, it could burn you. The liquid, when this is in liquid form, it could burn you. The microwave, everything, I just want to make sure my YouTubers are safe when they do this. So I do recommend doing this. I would get all the supplies I said: pliers, cup, oven mitt if you have a one thin enough to grab stuff, but it's thick enough to protect the heat, and glass pots. Or if you can't find any, look into the double wall little pots in about 10 grams. That should do you. 5 grams might fill up just to the line, but again, there's still a good bit of product left in here, so that amount will be a little higher. So I'd recommend 10 grams. It wouldn't hurt to have a little extra space. If it only fills up half of your 10 gram, then maybe if you have 2 of the same color, you can put, have a huge pot of it. And apparently the double wall pots helps keep the moisture in longer so they don't dry out quick, as this one might dry out quicker. So I'm going to kind of see how this one goes. I was going to do all these other ones today that I have, but I don't think I will. So yeah, I just wanted to share my precautions with you. Be safe when you do this, but have fun, and let me know how it goes. If you get a chance to get a better pot to put it in, or if you had the same problem, or if there's other issues that you guys had that you might want to share so that other YouTubers can learn. And I want to keep this under 15 minutes, so I'm going to get going. Just subscribe if you haven't, if you liked my video, that is. Leave any comments down below pertaining to the video or just random questions. And thumbs up. I always like thumb ups, bleh. And yeah, just check out all my links down below. The Thought You Should Know section about Mally's Beauty, amazing stores I love to shop at, and great people on YouTube, some of my favorite people to watch. And then below that, a blog that I haven't been on in ages, which, depending on how my school year coming up starts, if it's not too busy, then I am going to try to update that a little bit more. But other than that, I will talk to you guys later. Thank you guys for watching, and be safe when you do all these little beauty products, okay? Bye, guys.